It never fails. Anytime anybody finds out that I lift weights, the very first question they ask me is, how much can you bench press? And I say, well, let me think about it. I don't know. We've all been taught that heavy weights builds muscle. And to a point, that's true. But after 50, that same approach could actually be holding you back. Let me show you why easing up just a little bit might be the smartest move you make this entire year. Not just for building muscle, but for staying in the gym long term. I used to train heavy, 4 to 6 reps on everything, chasing maximum weight. But it kept catching up with me. Not torn muscles so much, but joint pain and tendon issues and nagging inflammation. Here's the truth. Your muscles might be able to handle the load, but over 50, your connective tissue can't recover the same way it used to. And that's what nobody ever talks about. Muscle growth after 50 is still possible, but the how has to change. You still need progressive overload, but that doesn't always mean going heavier. Here's what works better at our age. Slightly lighter weights, higher rep ranges, 12 to 15 reps instead of the 6 to 8 reps. Slower reps, especially on the eccentric or the lowering phase. And rock solid form that keeps tension on the muscle. This combination lets you still push the muscle, but without overstressing the joints. More importantly, it helps you stay consistent. And that's the real secret to muscle growth. For many years, I believed heavy weights was the only way. Did I gain muscle? Yes, but I also lost time. Elbow tendonitis, shoulder issues, lower back issues, and each one of these things caused me to get out of my rhythm. And when you're over 50, when you miss weeks, it adds up fast. That's why I developed my 3-3 method. It let me keep progressing without constantly having to stop for rehab. My 3-3 plan is simple, and I talk about it a lot on this channel. Do 3 sets per exercise. Set 1, a light warm-up to groove the movement. Set 2, 12 to 15 reps, just shy of failure. Set 3, which is a drop set, where I start near failure and then drop the weight twice, each time going to failure. Here's why this is working so good. You're still overloading the muscles, but with volume, drop sets, and time under tension. You're not chasing PRs, you're chasing muscle fatigue. And that's how you grow muscle without beating up your joints. Now let's break this down just a little bit. At our age, anabolic resistance is real. Your body doesn't build muscle as easily as it used to. So volume, time under tension, and frequency become more important than just heavy load. And joint wear adds up. We need methods that stimulate growth and still let us recover. Now, this is my system, but perhaps you prefer full body workouts or push-pull legs. That's fine. Just remember, stop asking how much can I lift and start asking how much quality tension can I create without pain. Now, a lot of guys will ask the question, Jay, how can you progress and how can you continue to add muscle if you're lifting lighter weights? Well, I will answer that by saying progression looks many different ways. And you can do progression lifting with this style of lifting without going heavy. Progression can be things like I've already mentioned, using your negatives, your eccentric part of the movement to your advantage. Not enough people do that. And I'm going to be doing another video before too long that talks specifically about eccentric style workouts and how you can benefit from that. So I'm going to tell you, if you're over 50 and you're frustrated with stalled progress or aches and pains, it may not be your age. It may be your approach. Going a little lighter, a little slower, and a little smarter could be the shift that finally unlocks growth again, because the win isn't lifting the most weight. It's lifting in a way that lets you show up week after week and month after month. So before you go to pick up that heavy weight again, and you think that it's the only way that you can make progress, I want you to think again. I want you to remember lighter weights and work out those reps and work out those progressions using negatives and drop sets. These things are going to help you to progress without having to deal with all the extra weight. Let time under tension be your new best friend, and you're going to see the results start to show up.